Hi, fifth grade. We're back again with Mrs. Dominic on YouTube. Uh, Today we are going back to this page where we are learning about all of our rules for tools. We have two more circles left to do, and both of them are types of pencils. So this is what we are going to work on today, and if we can get these two circles done in a timely fashion, we are also going to work some on your large picture of your toy, that large white sheet of paper. For our first box today, or box, listen to me. There she goes again, misspeaking. For our first circle today, we are going to be working with colored pencils. Now, there are many different ways to use colored pencils, tons of them. Okay. However, I'm going to teach you the technique that I am going to have you use on your toy project. Possibly later on in this year, if we get to it, we will also try some more colored pencil techniques, and we also learn them in sixth grade. So for today, we're just going to focus on one, the one that I want you to use on your toys. But we're going to practice it right here in this circle. For colored pencils, everybody is very individual as to what they like. I have a lot of different brands of colored pencils. This one happens to be my favorite. These are Faber-Castell Polychromos. They are very buttery and luscious and really great to use. I only have this many. I do not have every color under the sun, which is totally fine. I use them where I can use them, and I totally enjoy it. For this particular circle, I'm going to say you need two colored pencils. Just two. Any two you would like. For today, so you can see what I'm doing, I think I'm going to choose two colors that are not similar. So I'm going to choose this weird yellowish green color, and what else have I got? Red, violet. No, we'll use magenta. So a red and a green, right? Red and green are opposites, and it's going so that you should be able to see both color tones and what I'm doing. We're going to use these two. The technique we are using with our colored pencils is called cross-hatching. Okay, now cross-hatching you can use with almost anything. You can use it with skinny markers, you can use it with crayons, you can use it with colored pencils, and you can use it with just a regular pencil. Cross-hatching is also a very good technique to use if you are making imagery with a ballpoint pen or a regular pen too. Cross-hatching is a type of skill in art that is very, very versatile. So we're just going to try it now. You can think about cross-hatching as if it was like tic-tac-toe. Very intense. Lots and lots of lines. The more lines you use, the darker the color will look. And the less lines you use, the lighter it's going to look. So we're going for a look on this circle that is very much like this oil pastel circle where it goes from light to dark. So on one edge of your circle, you're going to have a ton of lines, and then as you go across your circle, you're going to have less and less and less of them. It is called cross-hatching because the colors cross over each other. I like to actually start with my darks and move to my lights, but I'm going to make a lot of lines at the top, and as I go across my circle, I'm going to have less and less and less of them. This is not something you just speed through and are like, tic-tac-toe done. No. Cross-hatching takes a really long time with lots of concentration. It's a good idea to outline, so I'm going to start here with my green polychromo, this weird pea soup green. And I'm going to start making a lot of lines just going across my circle, and I'm going to make them in a curved fashion because I really like having when my objects actually look round, and the easiest way to do that is to have curved lines. You want lines that follow the shape of something, and that's going to help it look pretty. Okay, as I get more and more and more lines in here, I'm going to attempt to make them all go the same direction. I'll make them shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Okay, when you just make lines that when you just load up on lines going one direction, so mine are starting at the top and going down, so they're all just going down. Even though they're curved, they're all going one way. That is just called hatching. And hatching is a perfectly fine way to shade something, to add value to something, using a colored pencil, a crayon, a marker, and so forth. But cross-hatching is when you have lines that crisscross, like they do in tic-tac-toe. You want them to go two different ways. So once you've got a solid layer of your first color, and you definitely have more lines up at the top and less as you go down, I'm going to switch over to my other colors to show so you can see what I'm truly doing, but I am literally crossing over. So I'm going the opposite direction. Instead of going down, this time I'm going to go across my circle. I still kind of want to concentrate on this darker edge up here, so I'm going to start on this dark side and then cross across. So again, I'm going to do like what I was doing before, where I'm crossing across my circle. And I'm doing my light lines first. They're kind of turning brown, but that's okay. And then I'm going to start making them shorter and shorter and shorter so that the majority of the cross-hatching is happening on this dark side. And as I go across my circle, there's less and less and less colors. To some of you, this might look like hair. To some of you, it might look like, you know, just a scribbly kind of mess. But I'm trying to make it so that one side of my circle is much darker than the other to show that shading. Okay, my green's kind of getting covered up, so I can go back through with my green and add some more green in here. But again, I'm only doing lines. I'm not filling it in. If you get super duper close down here, you can still see the white poking through. And definitely out here, you can see how they're literally crisscrossing across one another. Okay. That is cross-hatching. And so my circle looks dark on one side and light on the other. Okay. For this circle, our last and fifth circle, is going to be regular pencil. So HB lead. HB lead or regular pencil. It doesn't really matter what kind of pencil you use. I can use my really fancy one. Oh, except there's no lead in it. I can use a woodless one. I can use a really chubby fat pencil that I got from Mr. Klosak. I can use a standard number 2 pencil. I could use a mechanical pencil, but this will take me a really long time, but it is an option. This pencil works, even though it looks like a paintbrush. It's a pencil. I got all kinds of stuff you can use, okay? My personal favorite to shade with is this one. Okay, I like a woodless pencil, but again, it doesn't matter. Any kind of pencil is fine. The deal with shading with a pencil is that you need to be able to manipulate how light or dark the color is. The more pressure you use with your pencil, the darker the color is, and the less pressure you use with your pencil, the lighter it is. So if I want an area on my circle that's super duper dark, and I'm going to copy my value for my color pencil circle here, light to dark, If I'm going to do that, I'm going to start on this side and I'm going to push down as hard as humanly possible with my pencil and get that super duper dark edge. And again, I'm using curved lines. Okay, this time you can scrub all you want, that back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Totally fine. And as I work my way across my circle, I am pushing down less and less and less. And you know what? There's white showing through right now. I'm not going all the way to the edge, but you know what? By the time I get done with this circle, you won't be able to see any white because I'm just going to keep going over it and over it and over it until I have this seamless, beautiful transition of black all the way to white. Okay, it is not fast. Lots of people like using pencil to shade and add value, and other people don't because it takes a lot of time. It is beautiful, especially if you get good at it. I'm not going to try to impress you here with mine because it would probably take me 3 days. But I'm going to do a quick one here just so you can get the idea, just so you can get the gist. I'm already fading, right? Solid. Absolutely as black dark as you can get. And the camera might even be picking up a bit of a reflection down here. It might look really light to you because there are metallic fibers in pencil lead. So this might look really shiny on the camera. I'm not sure. But it is the darkest dark I can make with this particular pencil. I've got many, but this one isn't particularly dark. So it's dark, and as I move my finger up, it fades into the next color. There's no stripes. It's not like dark stripe, medium stripe, light stripe. It definitely fades and gets gradually lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. As I work across my circle, I'm going to fill in I'm going to fill in all those spots that I missed before with super duper light lines so that I am barely touching that page, right? I want some pencil there because otherwise it'll look like nothing. It'll just be a bare page. But on the opposite side, it's basically white. Now, say I get to that, oh, I have an eraser. Say I get to that opposite side and it's like, it's not white enough. I can go through and actually draw with an eraser. You can come back through and you can lighten. If you don't have, or if you've got too much lead on your page, you can just lightly go over it and it'll pick some up. If you had a kneaded eraser, that would be even better. But this works too. The nice thing about pencil is you can go back, you can fix, you can adjust, right? Now, this type of stuff where if you've got scribbly, scrabbly stuff on the outside of your circle, again, nice thing about an eraser is you can clean that up. This should still look like a circle when you're done. So you're going to go around that edge, get rid of all your little stray hairs, as I like to think about them. And that's it. Okay. So this one is all about can't even see that. This one is all about pressure. So more pressure equals dark. And less pressure equals light. Okay. That is it for our 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. If for whatever reason, maybe you aren't done with your marker circle or your color pencils, maybe you're still working on that lead circle, that's fine. Or your oil pastels, maybe you didn't have them and now you've got them and you need to do that circle. Please make sure all 5 of these are done before you turn it in. Today, you are photographing this and turning it in. Okay. However, we're not done for the day. I don't know if you've noticed, but since we went back to school, we have like 10 more minutes of art that we didn't have before. So what we're going to do for today is go to our large picture. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side. And I'm going to find my large Pikachu page. For this particular page, if you did not previously make your 3, 2, 5 large circles on it, you need to do that first. So a couple of weeks ago in a video, I had you skip this part. Some of you may have watched it anyway and made the circles. That's fine if you did. If you did not, you need to find yourself a medium-sized circle. This is just a paint palette that I had sitting around in my studio. What I did is I laid it down in 3 spots on my page because of the size of it. If you have something slightly smaller than this, like a tin can, or you're using that tape roll that's a little bit smaller, those are perfectly fine sizes too. But if you have that smaller circle, please make 5 circles instead of 3. Inside these circles is the only place on this project that we are going to color. I'm going to say that one more time for those of you who are zoning out while watching this video. Inside of these 3 circles is the only place that we are going to color. Okay? You just practice 5 different materials. So if you have 5 circles, you're going to have 1 circle of each material. If, like me, you could only fit 3 circles, that's fine. For my 3 circle people, the 3 materials I want you to do are markers, pastels, and colored pencils. Today, because I asked you to all have colored pencils with you, that is what we are going to do. We're all going to start today with the colored pencil circle. Now, like I said before, these are the only colors I have in Polychromos. So these are the colors I'm stuck with for my page. So I think I'm actually going to end up with like a teal Pikachu and yellow lightning bolts. And these things on his cheek are going to be like these weird brownish color. Right? And for the background, I'll either end up doing like a gray or maybe a really dark blue, one of these two, possibly both. But when I use these, I'm not coloring it in solid. I'm cross-hatching. Today, I only want you to do 1 circle, the colored pencil circle. Okay. Here we go. That is my first circle done. Probably your hand is really tired after that. I know mine is. But all I did was cross-hatching in this entire circle. I didn't color anything in solid. The only thing that looks remotely solid in here are the parts that were black, because I did those with Sharpie. Okay, I did not leave my circle as much as humanly possible. Okay, I can go back through if I need to and erase along the edges, but for the most part, this circle is done. This is all you need to do today. We finished off those 2 circles in our sketchbook, and we finished off one of the large circles on this page. That's it. You are all done for today. You are not turning this in yet because this one isn't done. Okay? This is not a grade yet. We've only done one circle. So for this week, just hold on to this one and don't do any more to this page until I see you again. Whether you're at home or at school with me, it's been lovely, and I will see you very soon. Bye.